I think I did it.
Are you live?
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over and go live. Hello. Okay,
I gotta.
so I'm testing this overlay. Hold on.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Hold on.
I'm on Twitch trying to see it. Good
Okay.
morning, everyone. If you're joining us and you've never been here before.
I thought you said good warning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good warning.
Good warning. Good warning. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Okay,
It's
now
true.
I sound like a bad guy. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I think it's working now. Okay, it's finally working now. All right. I'm going
Cool.
on Twitch. And then, okay, now I'm on Discord
Twitch.
in the center. So I could be like, boom, comment, boom, you.
Boom, shakalaka. Oh my gosh.
Well,
okay,
because...
yeah.
Oh!
What?
I made our Discord get really big for a second.
I did that a lot. I've actually done that on accident so many times.
I'm like, oopsie, sorry.
It's all good.
Coming at you. Okay, no, but seriously, okay, if you're just tuning in or you're watching the replay, this is It's Always Now, and I'm your host, Krystal, and this is...
Jessica.
And we like to be goofy and have fun, and we like to talk about real life stuff, and sometimes we talk about really serious stuff, and sometimes we're like totally goofy, and
yeah.
And we're not experts. We just share our life, that the stuff we're dealing with, and we hope that you come on and comment and tell us what you're dealing with, and let's talk about it. Because I think
we're not experts, but we're experts in our own life, and we share information from the experts. Mm-hmm. So that's cool too, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I just put a disclaimer out there. Like, don't take my word for it. Do your own research.
Do your own thing.
Do your own thing.
That's kind of what we like to encourage people to do anyway. Like live your life, enjoy your journey, don't beat yourself up about it, and be a loving person. So that's pretty much the message.
Be a loving good person. Be a good person. At the end of the day, just be a good person. That's all that matters.
Yeah. It's always now in a nutshell, right there.
Very much so. I know. So like before we started, I swear today is just wanting to give me a hard time.
I know. It's been one thing after another.
I set up a new monitor so that I could like see the comments and technically not have to wear glasses, but I'm wearing them anyway, but like see the comments going on both streams at the same time and see Jessica really good. So I can be like, hi, I can see you. I'm looking at you. And I'm not like this. Because I'm squinting because I can't see on the laptop. So it's been good. But because I did that, it screwed up my microphone again. And it wasn't working. And I kept having to restart. And then finally I just restarted again and it worked. So it's just
so weird.
So ridiculous, right?
I know.
But yeah.
It's like, are you working for us or against us? Because sometimes it's really hard to tell.
Like, come on.
Technology
work. Help me out now, man. I know. Hopefully,
right?
I'm like, do I have the right microphone on? Did I make any mistakes today? I don't know.
You sound great.
Good.
You look great. You sound great.
Good.
You are great.
I tried. I didn't want to look like a slob this morning, even though I was super tired. I was like, you gotta get.
I know. I actually did my makeup today. I was pretty girl. No fake eyelashes though, because oh man, I've noticed that it makes my eyes look really dark when I have them on because of the shadow from them.
And then you say you're cross-eyed?
Yeah, I look cross-eyed and I'm like, what the hell? I'm not cross-eyed, am I? I was freaking out.
She doesn't look cross-eyed, guys. Come on.
I did, though. I totally was like...
Now, let's go watch the replay and see if Jessica looks cross-eyed.
Don't do that to me.
Dun. Yeah, so I got new lights up in here.
Ooh. I know, they look beautiful.
Ooh. I don't know. I've been playing around. It wasn't getting exactly perfect, so I was really frustrated, but it works. It's working.
It looks awesome.
But, yeah. So who's
here?
I know there's somebody here. Say hello.
Hi,
and
everybody.
Let us know you're here so that we can call you out.
Interact with you.
We can say,
so we can call you out.
I see you. But
I see you.
We're talking about good stuff today. And both of us were just recapping that we had like a really weird week. And with lots of lessons. And
dude, that full moon sent me through a loop. It had to have been the full moon.
I had an emotional mess, dude. I was like, what is going on? Oh, hi, Lena. Oh my gosh. Hi. How are you?
Pockets.
Oh, hey, Pockets. Everybody saying hello. Hi.
We've been wondering where you were. We missed you. We were like, where's Pockets?
I miss Lena. She's the best massage therapist ever.
Oh, yeah. I remember you mentioning her.
I'm so afraid to, like, I mean, I don't want to go try new people.
Awesome.
I hate going to try new people. So I'm just going to have to fly back to Arizona and
get
a massage because she's amazing. So
get your butt over here, girl.
I know. I need to take a trip. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
You
need to come back. Actually, I should just go there. It's just better for both of us.
We just have to plan both. Only because I do need to go off island so I don't get island fever, because
that's true.
It's possible to get it. So far I haven't gotten it. Like, I'm good, but I can see it happening. Yeah. Like, yo, we gotta get off the island for a minute and go somewhere different. Okay, come to Hawaii. Yeah. That sounds great. She's gonna come here.
Ooh.
Yes, you can come here. I have lots of room.
Girls trip.
Hello, mother. My mom's just getting on. We've got lots of friends here today.
Your mom's on?
My mom's on. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Mama.
Yeah, she's like, I finally got on.
She's so funny.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. This is our weekly show that we do, that we started 23 weeks ago. That's insane.
Technically.
Jessica, that's like huge for us.
I know. Like, how are we doing this?
It's like the most consistent thing we've ever done in our whole lives.
It's true. I always talk to Garrett. He always makes fun of me because I will start something and then I'll just that's not for me. And then I'll start something new. And then I'm literally within 2 weeks.
I literally have my hands always in 10 buckets. I like to do all kinds of stuff. But then it gets overwhelming and, you got to take a chill pill and come back to reality and be like, oh,
Find your center.
This week has been so much stuff that I said, David, can we sit down and go over priorities and just make sure that we get rid of the stuff that's not necessary. We just need to go over priorities and make sure we're doing everything that we intended to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just have been feeling so, I guess the word's overwhelmed. I don't know. Just emotional. So emotional.
Right.
And things have been affecting me that, well, I let things affect me. I get really sensitive, but more than they should, more than they should. Well, you know about the incident I had just the other day.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And you did so good, right?
I tried
so
to.
No, it was good. And it was you were recognizing the signs of what this person was really about and what they were really trying to do. And you built a boundary for yourself. And it was awesome. And
it was really good. So, guys, I just think if you have good intentions and your intentions are, whatever you're putting out there is good. So we're talking about good versus bad today. And so this is a good way to segue into that. But if your intentions are good, guess what? There's always going to be somebody who doesn't think so. And
it doesn't matter what you do.
It doesn't matter what you do. Especially if you're doing something bad, you're probably going to make people upset. But if you're doing something good and you know in your heart that it's good, or you never even thought that it could be bad, your intention. Somebody's going to come along and say that you were trying to be a jerk or you're a bad person or whatever they're saying. And, you got to remember that's not you, that's them, and not to doubt yourself. Because if you've ever worked in the service industry, for example, there's always going to be somebody that doesn't love you, and there's always going to be somebody that's not happy with you. And if you know that you gave it your all and you did the best you could, and you always were putting out the good, like you were doing good, then don't doubt yourself. Even if they tell you you're this and that and you're a bad person. A lot of the time, somebody who's doing that has bad motives. Their intentions.
Well, yeah, they usually hate themselves. Like, it's like when my daughter, she just been posting her videos on her YouTube channel. She's trying to grow her channel.
So
she was
awesome.
like, she's like, Mom, I got my first dislike. And I was like, that's how you know you're successful. Because when people hate on other people, it's because they're not doing anything with themselves. They're jealous. They're literally just sitting around judging other people when they're just like not doing anything for themselves. Because people who are doing stuff for themselves and trying to promote that like positive vibration for themselves and for others, they're not going to sit around disliking and talking crap about people. No. So I was like, you know that you made it when you got haters, and you don't have to worry about them because they're literally doing nothing.
Well,
they're just judgy and they're jealous. And so
it's funny,
you know, it's fine.
The person that was like trying to say that like my intentions were bad or whatever, and they called me judgy and what was the word? Hollow and
judgy. I saw it.
Hollow and judgy, and I was like, whoa! And so like I spent my whole afternoon just like, holy crap, I probably hurt a bunch of people. Like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Like, well, I was being funny. I thought I was being super clever and funny. And turns out that this person thought I was a total jerk face. And I'm like, okay. But then
she didn't think you were a jerk face. She was just trying to be a jerk face.
Well, because if she was really my friend, which, you know, if I'm friends with you on Facebook, we must be friends. I'm pretty sure we're friends. And if we're not really
at some
friends,
point or another, maybe.
Yeah, like, at one point or another, we were friends and we cared enough to see each other's lives. So if you're my friend and I do something that upsets you, please message me and I'll deal with it. But the fact
my God, stop it.
The fact that she didn't message me and she like
if Krystal ever does anything that upsets you guys, it's your problem.
No, but like I want to discuss it.
Because you're a really beautiful person and you need to take that and claim your power, because people who are being nasty to you is simply a projection, just like what Pocket said. They were projecting. Their projection onto you of what they are and their own self-hate. It's nothing about you at all.
And I was so kind of like, yeah.
It's a them problem, and you need to, the only thing that you need to do is, you know, come back to your center and realize that you're not those things, because you know what you are.
I mean, like,
you have to know what you are.
I guess if 20 people were like, yo, your post was kind of offensive, then I might have questioned it and been like, maybe I was a jerk.
But that's the thing. I know you, and you've never posted anything that was ever offensive. Like, I view everything, and I like check your stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. But then, like, that day that she was doing that, I was like, I could say something and be like, you know,
well, a whole bunch of people,
you know, the best friend thing. But I thought that it was really important for you to handle that situation on your own. And you did. And you killed it.
My rebuttal was just like, if you really cared about me, why didn't you message me directly and tell me that I was being offensive? Because if you knew me, you would know that I never intended that. So she obviously doesn't know me, and she didn't even know my name, because I actually screenshotted a Twitter post that I posted.
So she's just
like, you don't even know my real name? Like, how much friends are we? Okay, all right. And then like another one of my friends was like, all right, time to defriend. And I was like, you know what I did? And I if she was watching this for some reason, I don't want to like make her feel bad, but she didn't care about making me feel bad. So
stop it. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. You don't need to.
Robert,
that's the
here.
Thing. People,
hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
What's up?
People need to stop apologizing for speaking their truth and for speaking up for themselves. You don't ever have to apologize for standing your ground and for being true to yourself.
I'm not apologizing for me saying,
so
calling her out for what she's trying to
leave it at that. Just leave it at that then, because when you give people like the room to think that they are gonna like encroach on your energy and your space and your being, they're gonna do it if they're of that state of mind. So just keep your walls up for yourself, like your beautiful boundaries that you're setting, and like don't let people tell you what you are, and don't let people like, you know, infiltrate your inner peace. That was a big lesson for me too. I like over this weekend. This weekend was really big for like a lot of lessons, and they had a lot to do with like maintaining your emotions, you know, mind over your mind, like control over your own mind and control over your emotions, and like not allowing people to infiltrate your barriers and your healthy boundaries and your walls and your peace, because they will try too. And it's like a test from the universe. Like,
yeah, like,
are you over this?
Practicing what we talked about? Okay, so we talked about mind over matter last week, and it's just funny because I felt like those were the tests that kept coming, and I felt like a lot of people were feeling the same thing too, because we follow a lot of positive pages on Instagram, and my feed was just full of like, don't let other people affect your behavior, and don't don't allow yourself to be, put in this situation or whatever. It was all along the lines of A, what we talked about on Wednesday, and B, what I was personally dealing with. And I'm like, dude, stop. You guys are on my same level right now. What's going on? This is weird. But it's true. I think we all were kind of feeling this like lesson last week. And
we were all feeling it.
Yeah, we were all feeling the lesson.
But that's beautiful. Like when you see things like that, that's a message from the universe, like telling you, all right, build yourself up right now, because you're going to get hit with a little lesson. And,
get ready.
It takes many shapes and it wears many different faces that we all see every day.
And it's important that like we prepare ourselves for these things by consciously making an effort to tell ourselves, I'm a good person. I'm capable of these things. You're preparing yourself to handle those negative things coming at you. It's good to be prepared, because guess what? We are going to deal with lessons. Lessons are there to help us grow.
They're beautiful.
They are. Something I heard on Sunday is somebody was talking about like why we have these lessons, and we have lessons in our life because they make us stronger. If you think about people who are working out and stuff, they lift weights to make them stronger because they need resistance. And this resistance that we go through when these people come into our lives that test us is just to make us stronger, so that we can grow and teach others to grow as well. We're all in different places in our life, and we all experience this in different moments. But I'm hoping that like by sharing my experiences and you sharing your experiences, that somebody is able to use those tools, and because you want that lesson, guys. You really want the lesson. The lesson is a good thing, and that's why.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're gonna get it whether you really think you want it or not.
True.
Because you signed up for it. Like when we came here, we knew what we were gonna go through, because we wanted to go through all of these things so that we could refine our soul into being this beautiful diamond. And you know how diamonds are created, right?
Yes. I was just listening.
A lot of pressure.
I was listening to my favorite band this morning. That was the first song. And it was so funny because like I was like, I need to chill out, because this morning kind of was going a little crazy. Like David went and got up early to go get me caffeine because I was like really tired. I got home really late last night. And he was just having a bad morning, and I was just like, okay, I need to zen. And so I put some music on. I put Blue October on, and that was a song, Cold Makes Diamonds, and it does. The pressure that it puts on them makes them into beautiful, shine bright like a diamond.
It's true. That's what we're here for. We're here to become that diamond. We're here to recognize that we already are the diamond.
Like the diamond.
We just forgot. It's just about remembering that we are already, and living and loving ourselves like we are.
And so, I mean, I'm going back to that person that upset me. She just has something she's got to go through, and I hope that
she's on her own journey.
I hope that she figures it out. But at this moment in my life, I don't need somebody like that calling me out and doing those things to me like that. Because if I was truly being a jerk, I guess maybe be a vigilante and call me out. But I wasn't. I wasn't being
No.
a jerk. And that's the thing.
That's a lesson in setting healthy boundaries for yourself and not allowing little vampires to infiltrate your peace.
But like,
because it happens.
Don't pretend you're doing something good. I don't know. That's
the thing. They're gonna do what they're gonna do.
But I'm like,
you just have to maintain your own inner peace. You have to maintain yourself.
Check your intention. If your intention is always good and you're like always checking and making sure you're in alignment with what you want and the good, then you're gonna be good. It's all good. But if your intention
that's the thing. There's people who are out there who think that they're doing good and they think that they're doing the right thing, and for them maybe it is. True. But it's all about how kind of different. Yeah. But that's the thing. That's why this conversation is cool, is because it's all good. It is, but all good. It's all a matter of how we trigger each other into becoming our best self.
You're so good.
Or realizing that we are. Yeah.
She always can put my words out there, like my thoughts into words, because I can't. But
yes, you can.
It's true though. Like if we all have a different truth, and as long as you're not murdering people, then we're all gonna be all good. Everything is all good. I always say that. Don't murder people, but like. I think that all of us are trying to do our own good, like whatever good we think. And some of us have some learning to do. I know I do. And sometimes you think you're doing something good, like you said, and maybe it's selfish good. Maybe you're doing something good for yourself and it's hurting someone else. I mean, what's it saying? You're the bad guy in someone else's story or something?
There's always going to be people who will project that onto you. But the fact of the matter is that as long as you are focusing on yourself and you're focusing on building yourself up and being a good person, trying to do the best that you can with accomplishing your soul purpose, like whatever lights your soul up and makes your soul happy, then it doesn't really fucking matter what anybody thinks or says or does, about what you're doing. Do it for yourself. That's a big lesson for me right now, is that I need to do that. I need to build myself up, be confident in myself and in who I know that I am, so that I can accomplish my soul purpose for being here. Because I've been like through this journey allowing people to belittle me, make me feel small, and I can't do that anymore.
No, you can't. You can't. If we listen to everybody and what they say, this is for anyone watching right now. You listen to anybody about what you're trying to do, you're never going to do what you want to do, because everyone's going to have an opinion about it.
Yeah. Don't even don't ask for permission. Just don't even tell people what you want to do.
That's my favorite.
Don't even say anything, because like even parents can get in the way of something for you. Like, I know not all parents are, but like certain people are just like naysayers, or they'll tell you like, you can't do that. That's their own limitation. And you need to tell yourself that in your own heart and your own mind. When you hear people say that you can't do something, you say, that's not my limitation. That's yours. That's right. Your own limitation that they're projecting onto you. So you have to protect yourself from those words, because sometimes, like in my experience, I've allowed those words to get to me too much, and it affected my self-confidence, and I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt crippled by my own fear of like coming into my own power, because I didn't really even recognize that it was there because of the way certain people have said things to me. And it's really important for you to get beyond the words and just really focus on your own inner power and like build yourself up from within. And don't even tell people what you're doing. Just go do it.
Just do it.
Just go live your life. Who fucking cares?
But it's like at the end of the day, like a lot of the times, like you're gonna be the reason you stop doing what you're doing, because
you're always the reason.
You're allowing these things to be your excuse. So
exactly.
If you really want something, I had posted a quote last week that said like, if you're not changing, what did I say? I can't ever remember. But it's like, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it.
Exactly.
Whatever you are not changing, you're choosing. So it's true. Like, you have the choice in what you do, and you literally will come up with every excuse in the book if you really don't want to do something. You will. Even if you say you want to do it, your actions speak louder. I know we hear that time and time again. Your actions speak louder than words, but they do.
So that's why it's important to build your confidence, though, because a lot of people lack that confidence in their own self.
So what would you suggest? Let's think. Okay, if we're trying to, meditation is a good way to kind of detract from the outside world.
Right.
You know what's really a key? Had I not gone on so I was on a family hike when all that drama happened on my post, right? Had I not pulled out my stupid phone and checked Facebook while I'm supposed to be on a family hike, I wouldn't have known any of that stuff. But because I did that, and I could I feel like we get too connected with what's going on in the world, and we really need to disconnect. We really need to take time for ourselves. Get off this stupid internet and spend time with just yourself or with your family. And that will build your confidence. You don't need to depend on outsiders to make you feel good. You don't want that.
You don't need anybody else to validate you, because that's the thing, though, too, is you need to validate you. That's why I say talk to yourself in the mirror. Because if you talk to yourself in the mirror, it might feel crazy at first, but over the course of 2 weeks, you're going to see an improvement in your mental health, because you're the most powerful voice for yourself.
You are.
Because your voice creates your reality. Your thoughts, your voice, and your actions creates your own reality. And so when you think positive things to yourself, about yourself, you say positive things to yourself in the mirror, like you're talking to your own best friend.
Yep.
This body is your best friend. This body is your temple. It's the temple of your spirit. It's where you reside for a period of time. So it's important to be nice to your body, to be nice to yourself, and to not talk shit about if you didn't do something exactly as you had initially wanted to do it. It's all good, and you're doing a great job, and you don't need to worry about the society expectations, and you don't need to be a perfectionist and be hard on yourself. It's it's okay to have goals and to strive for being greater, but don't beat yourself up. Celebrate your little successes along the way, because they're more manageable, and you'll see that you do more the right way than you would ever do wrong. Absolutely. In your eyes.
Absolutely. So, and that kind of reminds me of the whole our society has been structured on a almost like a reward system based on, was I good or was I bad? I mean,
it's fake.
It's so fake.
Everything in society is fake. It's all part of the matrix. It's all part of this matrix system that we're in.
It's, if you guys really look at it though, it's just shaming. It's making you feel shameful and bad. And you may be doing amazing good things, but you might not be doing one thing that's you should be doing. So then you feel like, I'm a horrible person. I'm a bad person. And, we need to get away from that, rewarding for good behavior, because the good behavior is based on a societal expectation that isn't even realistic.
No, it's not realistic. And it's if you think about it, it's kind of like how people treat their pets. You'll get a treat if you're a good girl or whatever. And it's that's bullshit. You're the most beautiful, multifaceted spirit being that exists in this time.
You get a treat because you're just you.
You just, all you have to do is be. Just be. That's it. Be. All this running around and thinking we have to do something to be valid or to be valued by anybody else is bullshit.
Well, especially when it comes to money, we think we got to make all this money to be.
We think we're not. Yeah. We think we're not valuable unless we're out there busting our ass, hustling, and making money. And that's so backwards. Money comes from following your authentic soul, following your happiness. Money comes later, and you have to be happy now in order to attract what you want. it's not just about money either. It's about abundance, and that comes in many different shapes and sizes and forms and all that. So like I look at my life and I thought, oh, I'm lacking in abundance because I don't have all this money. But then I looked around and I was like, fuck, I'm not lacking in anything. I looked around and I was like, I have way too much of that, if anything. Like I have all this stuff and people and love and all of this, just everything that I could ever want. And why am I feeling like I have nothing?
Exactly.
It's because society tells you, compare your life to others. Unrealistic expectations of what your life should look like.
Honestly,
you know, it's all over social media.
If I could handle living outside with bugs and all that, I wouldn't want.
You could.
I know. I'd have to.
You totally could.
You'd get used to it, but like, no, but like being free of these things, like, I've said this before. My friend Charlie had said something about that your bills are, you're a slave to your bills, and you really are, and it sucks. But okay, the other part of it is don't feel guilty if you do make money and you are being successful at something that you're good at.
Right.
That's something that David and I talked about. Like, yes, money can be the root of someone's bad, like somebody could have bad intentions because they want to make money, right? They do things to make money in a bad way. We were watching what's it called? A documentary called Seaspiracy. And, you know, these guys were doing all these horrible things to make money. And yeah, that's wrong. But that, again, not my place. They might have reasons, whatever. But if you're making money and you're doing something that's positive and you're being true, like you said, don't be ashamed of that. And that was another thing that, like, I feel like we get shamed.
We should never feel ashamed of our blessings. We should be grateful for our blessings. We should never have to apologize for our situation in life. That's your gift.
Yeah.
And appreciate it and take it wherever you're going to take it. You know, you've been given a gift if you have the things that you and I have, even. Like, I look at people in other countries or, you know, in situations who might not have, and I've been there too. I've been in situations where I didn't have anything or anyone.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's all about trying to maintain yourself and trying to have your spiritual connection with yourself and recognizing that even without all these things, you're still valid. You're still important to the universe. You're still
amazing. And you're important.
This beautiful thing.
I'm sure that there is somebody that needs you or in your life that depends on you, and you're important to them. And be reminded of that, because I know there's some people that just look around and they just say, like, I have nothing to live for. My life is awful or whatever. And
life changes so fast.
It changes so quickly. And I feel so sad for anybody that's feeling that way. But, you know, like, I think one of our viewers, Rome, he had talked to me a couple months ago about, you know, this good versus bad thing. And, you know, he was saying, like, what is good versus bad? Like, what makes something good and what makes something bad? Because he was talking about, like, the societal views of bad. And, like, he brought up an example of, like, this mother who she wasn't able to make enough money to feed her family. So she went and she stole food so that her kids could eat. And technically she could go to jail for doing that, but she was trying to do something good for her kids, even though it was against the law. And he was just bringing up the point that, like, you know, if you're doing good within your heart, I mean, don't go steal stuff if you can help it. But in her situation, I mean, hopefully there was other opportunities, but, you know, I haven't been to the point where I felt like I had to steal anything.
That's the thing. There's a lot of people who feel really helpless in this world and in this experience.
Yeah.
They feel really lost, and they don't know that they can reach out for help, and they don't know that they have people who are willing to help them out in any way. Like,
honestly,
there's a lot of people out there that are willing to help, but it's a matter of knowing that you can reach out. And there's a lot of people who are trapped.
There's also a lot of people who feel guilty for asking for help. So like they don't want to
Yeah.
put it out there that they need help. They have this this wall built up, thinking that if they ask for help, it makes them seem weak. And you know, I try to remind myself, if I really need help, I need to ask for it, because I'm giving someone else an opportunity to help me. And that's just as important for them to help me as it is for me to give them an opportunity. Like, it goes both ways. When you give people opportunity to help you, you're doing them good too, and yourself.
Yeah.
I know that, like, when I've had opportunities to help people, it made me feel so good, and I loved that feeling, and it helped me forget about myself for a minute. Like, hey, so I'm always trying to find ways to help others, and seek opportunities where I can forget about myself for a minute and think about somebody else. I think that's really important. But like
I
you
think
said,
the most important thing, though, is that you have to see yourself in others.
mm-hmm.
Like, you have to put yourself in their shoes and really see that they are you. They're experiencing this different side of reality, but they are another version of you, what's behind you,
Mm-hmm.
your mind and your eyes. But so we have to have compassion for one another.
Yes.
Because we're all in this experience together for a reason. We all cross paths with the people that we do for a reason. It's not for nothing.
No.
You know, there's so much more to
something.
life than what this matrix will tell you is important. You know, we talk about this a lot because I feel like it's something that we all need to be reminded that this matrix tells you, get married, get a job, get a house, do all this shit. When the real way that we're supposed to be living here is free. We're all supposed to be free. You're not supposed to work 95% of your life away and pay bills and die. That's bullshit.
And
it's a broken system.
I know there's people probably watching right now going, but I have to pay for these things. But in reality, if you really look at the things that you're paying for, do you really, really need them? There's some things, yeah, maybe you do.
But that's the thing, though, too. I think that as a society, as people, as humans, as these spirits that we are, we need to turn the lights on within our brains, and we need to remember what's really and truly important. Why did we come here? What's the purpose of this life? You have to recognize the purpose. You have to understand who you are. And once you do that, the values of you will change. And I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now too in this journey is I want to go live on a property and I want to work a garden. I want to do that.
Do it.
I want to. But I feel like I want more of us to do that too. And I know that it will happen. I have faith that it will happen.
But you have to remember that you can't.
It's already happening.
You do it. I
know, and I
follow.
And that's the thing.
Be the leader.
I'm leading, and my family is leading. So, like, you know, we're gonna get ourselves into a situation where we actually have our own little property forever, however long this lasts, right? And, you know, work that land and grow beautiful things that grow fruits and vegetables. Because I feel like it's important for everyone to do this for themselves, to re-terraform the land and make it a garden, make it something that there's just fruit and vegetables growing everywhere. And I know that it can happen. There's no lack in this world. That's the whole lack thing is something that corporations have told you exists. They are the ones that make it hard on everyone.
They're also the ones that are making it so that, I mean, okay, so we watched Kiss the Ground, right?
Right.
And then I just watched Seaspiracy. So Seaspiracy to me was like Kiss the Ground, but in the water. And I feel like these corporations are just hoarding all the stuff so that they can make all the money. And then eventually it could be that, I mean, with the fish, like the thing about the fish is that they're fishing. There's so many fishermen. There's so many commercial fishermen out there just hoarding tons and tons of fish that there could come a point where the fish can't repopulate because they're taking them all. And, you know, in other countries, they're killing predator animals so that there's more fish for them to catch to sell. And because they're being so greedy about it, it could mean that we're going to run out of stuff. Could mean that
Well,
our
yeah,
grounds
I
are going to
mean,
be untillable.
We know that at this rate, how people are doing the farming, how people are doing the fishing, how people they're valuing profit over life.
Yeah.
That's we know
backfire.
that our planet, according to certain people, they've said that the planet has like 60 years left. But that's the thing, though, is like, I have faith because I see it already. I see the new way.
Yeah.
It's actually the old way that I remember living, because in one of my past lives, I remember living in a garden where everyone was free and we all just ate whenever we were hungry and we all loved each other. I remember that garden. Yes. We all took care of one another.
I feel like you said there's just this whole shift happening with people where we're looking in a whole new direction about, let people be capable. For one, people are capable. Let them make the choices themselves. Stop telling them what to think. And two, we're going to be fine because we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out a way to overcome these greedy.
We're always going to have the greedy corporations telling us we can't do. But that's why it requires strength, inner strength in each individual to do what their soul tells them to do, regardless of what anybody else thinks or says.
Right.
And it is a matter of rising up. It is a matter of picking yourself up, growing your own food, doing your own thing, because I believe that this earth will last forever.
I agree.
I know it will.
I agree.
But it's going to require the stewards of the earth, which is us, in this domain right now. This is our stewardship. We're here to maintain this beautiful planet and to keep it beautiful and to grow fruits and vegetables and to enjoy our experience here. That's the purpose of life. It's not all this bullshit that we're being fed.
Honestly, I'm going to say the P word, but the pandemic taught us that we depend on things too much, and that
it's showing everything.
It was such a good lesson for us to say, you know what? I don't want to have to worry about not having certain things. I'm gonna make sure that I at least have this. Start small. I'm gonna have this little vegetable garden or whatever. I have one in my backyard right now, and it's been awesome. We've used the lettuce like multiple times already, and it's awesome. And we're growing tomatoes and strawberries, and I don't even have to buy that stuff anymore, guys. I mean, it's so freeing to say. I mean, I'm saving money, and I can trust what I'm growing because I grew it. And that's another thing is you can't really trust what you're getting from the store anymore, I feel like. And
no, they GMO the fuck out of everything, and they inject hormones into your meat. And it's like, even if you're not a vegan, like, you still want to know where that animal came from, how it was treated, how it was raised, like what it was fed. And that's the beautiful part about taking that responsibility upon yourself, because you're not only taking the health of the planet into your hands, you're taking the health of your own body into your hands when you feed your body good things that were grown with light.
Yep.
And we talk about that a lot too, because eating things that were grown with light fills your body with light, and your body is light. So it actually changes the density of your body.
You got to take care of your body because duh, it's your temple.
It's your temple.
Right. The other thing that has been really good for us to see is that like all of the like waterways and like just nature things had an opportunity to kind of go back to looking amazing because we weren't messing with it. One thing that I noticed, because now Hawaii is pretty much open. There's like 33,000 people coming here a day, and I went down to Waikiki on Saturday. We were down at the beach and it was covered with people. And I'm just like, okay, well, we're back to normal. And when I went into the water, The water here is supposed, well, it's been, since I've been here, it's been crystal clear. You can pretty much see to the bottom. But when I was there on Saturday, it was like cloudy because of all the sunscreen from all the people, and you couldn't really see. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what's this doing to the water, to the fish, to the coral? Like, it's probably jacking it up, and that's probably why we saw such a huge transformation of like animals coming out, and coral reefs rebuilding themselves back up and looking beautiful, because the fish could actually go hang out by the coral reef, and there wasn't all these freaking people putting their sunscreen everywhere all over it, because that's how coral is. That's how coral grows. It grows from the fish poop, or it eats the fish poop, and that's how it gets all beautiful. And it just, there's this whole process of how things work that people don't think about.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, we're going to take this away. It affects, it's a chain. It's a butterfly effect. It affects everything.
Exactly.
And
it's the ego.
We affect a lot of stuff. And we need to really recognize how our actions affect the entire world and others.
But that's the thing, though, is like, we are, as the humans that we are, as the spirits that we are, we don't all negatively affect our environment. We are the environment. So we need to have inner peace within ourselves, and our world will reflect that.
Yes.
So if you're a peaceful person, you know, you're going to create peace where you go. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
so
simple
it's
as
important.
Clean your room, right? Clean your room.
It's simple, right? But it feels overwhelming sometimes, right?
It does.
But that's the thing. It's all in our head. I have to keep telling myself that too.
But
it's all in your head.
How good, like, I actually cleaned this room that I'm in right now. Like, I made it so perfect to where I walked in here this morning and I was like, dang, it looks
And you felt really good.
And it felt really, like, peaceful. Like, it just felt like I didn't have to worry about it being a mess because it was clean.
Yeah.
And it's
because that room is it's a space in your head.
Exactly.
Like, when I did my ketamine infusion stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I did my my ketamine infusion therapy, like, whatever, I can't even remember. But I did the ketamine, and I was able to go into rooms in my head. And in those rooms,
clean them out.
Yeah. They were messy. There was like papers crumpled up and like thrown around in my room. Visual. And I was like, what is all this? And I was like, and it disappeared, and I cleared that room. That's what you're doing when you actually clean your physical room. It's a representation of your mind. So, like, my mind apparently has always been pretty messy. Thanks, brain. But there have been times where I've realized, like, oh, once I clean my room, I feel so much clearer. Like, my mind feels clearer. Yeah. I feel like I can actually think straight.
Weight is kind of been lifted. I feel it's so weird how it correlates, but it's true. It really is true. And, you know, though, we're really creative people, and I feel like creative people just get really messy, and that's
true, because we're always doing something.
We are always doing something, and we get scattered, and we're like all over the place. But, you know, going back to that, if you are putting out your good intentions and you're treating yourself with love, you're just going to exuberate that, and that's what you're going to put out. And that's why we need to focus on the inner work of ourselves.
Yeah. But also the inner work and the outer work are also correlated. Like,
true.
You know, at least in this realm that we're experiencing right now, it's very physical, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's, as we realize that there is a spiritual side to it all, you know, the physical stuff gets easier. It's like that saying, I can't remember who said it, but some like guru said that before enlightenment, a man has to push the boulder up the hill. And after enlightenment, the man has to push the boulder up the hill. It's all about your attitude about pushing the boulder up the hill.
You're still pushing the boulder up the hill. Yes.
Yeah. You're still going to have to collect the water and chop the wood. That was another one, I think, too. It's like there's always going to be chores, right? We're always going to have things that we have to take care of to maintain our peace.
Stuff that we don't necessarily want to do, but we have to.
Right. But if your attitude is changed about what you're doing and how you're choosing to filter the experience, then it's easier. And then you can actually take the lessons from it all, you know, and find that peace with what you're doing. Find the peace with your existence.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What are you laughing about?
I just saw that Pocket says, I love your guitar. I love my guitar too.
Oh, yeah.
We unboxed
So
it.
pretty.
I unboxed it with Jessica. It was a great day.
Yeah. That was like, what, 2 years ago? No. 3 years ago?
I think 3 years. Gosh, I've had it that long. It's
oh my goodness.
Time for a new one. No, just kidding.
Wow.
But no, yeah, it's been a while. It's crazy. But no, you're so right though. Like our attitude is so key to our happiness and being successful. And you know, we're gonna have crappy days too, guys. And you got to remember that, you know, don't let those crappy days get you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Those are
just
real
keep
and
going.
Don't be fake about it. Be real. You're having a crappy day. You know, if you feel like you gotta announce, hey, I'm having a crappy day. Maybe you don't want to talk to me today.
Don't announce it. Don't announce it. Just because when you announce things, it makes it, you're speaking it into existence, and you're going to make it worse. So if you feel like you're having a crappy moment, just say to yourself, I might have had a crappy moment in the past, but we're changing that, because that crappy moment is, we're transmuting that energy, and we're going to have a beautiful day.
I talked about this last
week. We are having a beautiful day.
Right. I talked about this last week where I was watching Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, and she said that she woke up that morning and she said she was going to have a good day. And it was like, she kept telling herself, today's a good day. And it was just like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. But she tried to maintain that it's a good day attitude. And I'm pretty sure the moral is it got her through. For example, today, David, you know, had kind of a crappy morning.
A rough morning.
Yeah, like he got up early to get me my caffeine. Nice of him, because I got home too late to go get it myself. So he ran out to the store to get it. He forgot his wallet. He forgot his mask. He had to come all the way back home. Couldn't find his keys. And then when he finally got back to the store to get the stuff, he put them on top of the car, got in the car, drove off. They fell off the car and busted. And oh
my God.
Yeah, it was just like, he's like, I'm trying to have a great day. And I'm like, you're going to have a great day, honey. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's really important, like in those moments, it's really important to stop, breathe, and then focus on the things that are good in your life and say, I'm grateful that I have this. I'm grateful that I'm alive. Like, I'm grateful for this experience, because, you know, it's all good and it's all going to be okay. And the moment's going to pass and you're going to continue to have a beautiful moment.
It's going to be fine. Yes. And we just need to keep reminding ourselves of that. You might have a couple of days where it just feels like last week. I swear, last week, it was like one thing after another. Everything was just crazy. I watched this movie called Promising Young Woman. Oof. That was a hard movie for me. That was a hard movie for me to watch, and it affected me. And so I'm like, was it a good thing that I watched that movie? Because it really did. It affected me, and I was really upset. I mean, it was very eye-opening, although I knew all the lessons that they were trying to portray, like all the things that people overlook. So if you've watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was very intense. And I like cried for like an hour after I watched it because it was so intense. I had to put on something else to make me.
That's not good.
No, it just was shedding a light on the mentality that like if a woman or a man, this doesn't just go towards women, but it seems to be more publicized that it happens to women. But if a woman is drunk or intoxicated in some way, there's been many instances where people thought like, oh, this is a great opportunity for me to get what I want because she's out of it. Right. And so the story is about this woman who pretends, because something happened to her friend in college because her friend was drunk and they felt like they could take advantage of her. So she would go out and pretend to be drunk or intoxicated at a bar. And every time a guy would come up to me, ask me if I'm okay, offer to take me home, and they usually took her back to their place and tried to have their way with her. And as soon as they were about to have their way with her, she would be like, what are you doing? Like totally like act sober. And they're like, what the heck? And like, she'd be like, she was trying to teach them a lesson. Like, I'm not the only one who does this. You better beware. Someone's going to come at you, you know, maybe next time someone's going to do something to you or something like that. So it was kind of like crappy, but at the same time, she was like trying to show these people, you're doing something horrible. You need to stop doing it. Like, stop doing it. So it was hard for me to watch, but like, then I had an experience the very next day where I was at the gas station with my family, and I told you about this, and I saw a young girl and boy fighting, and I saw him.
You told me about that.
Yeah, I saw him like attack her. He like grabbed her by the neck, and like he was like pushing her, and that moment I was like compelled to get out of my car and run over. Like, David had no idea where I had went. I probably scared my kids because I just kind of just disappeared. I mean, Misha saw everything that was happening with the couple, so she knew why I got out of the car. But like, I felt compelled, and it just like, I felt like I wasn't even myself, getting out and going over there and being, are you okay? Now, if this dude that was hurting her was this huge dude, I might have thought twice, but I didn't. I just went over there and was like, are you okay? And she wasn't. She said, please help me. And so I did what I had to do to try to help her. I called the police. And, you know, that really affected me.
I know.
I had to call you or message you because I was so upset, because I felt like, you know, did I put my family in harm's way by going over there? Did I help her, or did I make it worse? Are the cops going to do anything? Like, all these emotions went through me. But, you know,
right.
If you see something and you have ability to help someone, you should help them. That's what I tried to teach my kids that night, is like, I saw something bad happening and I had an opportunity to try and help, and I did. Maybe you need to like try to judge the situation. If it's going to put you in harm's way, you know, be careful how you go about it. But I told my girls, don't just ignore something that you could help someone. You know, if you think you can help them, help them.
I think it's more of like what happened with you is the same type of thing that what happened with me. Like, when I was in a situation like that, it's like your spirit just takes over and it does what it needs to do through you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's why it's really important, though, to recognize that, you know, we're all here for this spiritual reason. And it's not just about the physical things. It's not about acquiring wealth.
Nope.
It's about accomplishing soul purpose.
Yeah.
And follow spirit. And sometimes, spirit just takes over. Mm-hmm. And you feel like you have no control, like you're just observing this thing happen.
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah. And it's happened to me a few times in my life in very, very intense situations. And it's like you're being brave in the face of that danger for that person.
Yeah. I hope that at the end of the day that what I did and what I said to her and what I said to him too, they'll think about it later. I hope that's what happened. And if not, at least I taught my girls that you don't allow anyone to ever put their hands on you like that. You don't ever let anyone hit you. I mean, he was trying to tell me, I don't know, you don't know me. You don't know what we're dealing with. And I'm like, I know it doesn't matter what you're dealing with. You don't hit a person. You don't hit anybody. You don't put your hands on anybody, especially her. Like this, she was half his size, this like little tiny girl, and he's like choking her. So I'm like, you know, if anything else, I taught my girls to A, stand up for people, and B,
stand up for themselves.
Yeah, don't let anybody treat you like this.
Don't apologize for maintaining your own self and standing up for yourself. That's why I say, like, it's good to practice with words. Yes. But when it comes to things like that, it's like sometimes you are like more conscious about like what you're gonna do. But a lot of times in situations like that, spirit just takes over and does it for you.
I definitely feel like everything that you and I have been like learning and doing so that we can grow and be able to share these things with people. I definitely feel like all those things that I've been learning and that we've been discussing have helped me in that moment. It really helped me in that moment. So if you are feeling like you need to prepare more, I mean, the only advice that I can give that's been helping me is put yourself in a position where you are seeking it out. You're seeking out good stuff for yourself. You know, I seek out these things because I want to be able to share them when we have our podcast. And it's just, it's helped me so much. And I know it's helped others too. And that's like the whole, I just saw a notification. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This is our first subscriber.
Oh,
Thank you,
so
Garrett.
Garrett, you're so sweet. That's super nice. That's so nice.
Thank you, Garrett.
Hi, Garrett. But like,
hi, how are you?
You can do good things for you and those around you by just putting yourself in the position to, you know, make your purpose be positively driven. I don't know how to put this into words, Jess, but you know, like,
live according to your authentic self.
Yeah.
Live your soul purpose.
If you want to make music or draw pictures or whatever, do it.
And you know, spirit will put you into situations that'll give you an opportunity to like answer someone's prayers. Like what happened to Krystal. You know, I feel like, oh, have a good day at work. I love you. But I feel like
thank you.
Thank you for the first sub. That's a big deal for us. That's our first subscriber.
It's exciting.
So, yeah, I'm so glad that it was you too. Like, that makes my day.
It's so exciting. I mean, like, yeah, if you are focusing on doing good things for yourself, you're just gonna prepare yourself more for these opportunities of lessons and these situations where you'll know how to deal with it, and
you're gonna be better equipped to go through the lessons, because if you're just going through not even thinking about it and being unconscious to what the lessons are, you're going to keep repeating them. It's going to come back. Different faces are going to come teach you the same thing. It's going to be the same energy. So that's why it's important to be conscious of yourself. Find what your lesson is. Like, start noticing the signs, and then everything kind of will unfold itself along the way and become easier to manage. That's been my experience.
Even though this last week was difficult, I definitely can say that it wasn't that difficult because I felt like I had the tools and the things that I needed to overcome those feelings that I had. And it really was another good experience. And at the end of the day, nothing is really bad if it's helping you grow. It's all good. It's all good. All of it is good. And
exactly,
you know, if you view everything that way, you're going to be way more pleasant to be around.
Well, you'll be grateful for the experiences that you do have, and whether they feel negative at the time or not. You know, it's all to shape you and to help you to become or realize that you already are that diamond. And I feel like it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful experience.
Like thinking of Aladdin right now.
I know.
I know, easily. But so I think it's almost time to go, but I wanted to you know, just remind you that all these lessons are for good things, and all the difficult things you might be going through right at this moment, it's going to be a good thing, I promise. And if you can find the silver linings in all of it, you're going to be happy, and you're going to be able to overcome these hard things. I mean,
just turn it around for yourself. Turn it around in your mind first, you know, like, don't take the lessons so hard. Like, I have to tell myself this because I am emotional and sensitive, and I feel everything so much. And like, you know, I take everything personally because I'm such a, like, I try to be sincere with everyone, and I try to be like, you know, loving to everyone. And when I don't get that in return, it hurts my heart so bad.
Same.
So it's about building up the healthy boundaries and not expecting anything from anyone.
Don't expect
good or bad.
Yes. If you just do it because you are doing good, don't expect anything back.
Just live out of your own heart for yourself.
And you know, the more you do that, the more abundantly you get, like the blessings
Yes.
come. And
the universe takes care of you.
Oh, wait, like way more than you ever could imagine, because you're putting the good out there.
Yes. The universe will always take care of you as long as you're following your heart, you're following your soul call. Like, that's something that me and my friend talk about all the time. So,
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
So
I love you guys.
We love you so much. We love you, and thank you for sharing this moment with us. Next Wednesday, I don't know what we're talking about.
Me neither. We'll figure it
out, and we'll post about it. But it is my birthday week next week, so I like to do fun stuff. So if you like want to see me wear something wacky, I'm totally up for the dare. Give me a dare. I want to do that. Give me a dare. That'll make my birthday. I'm gonna think of something. Yeah, Jessica's gonna double dare me to do something on my birthday week, on the birthday show, whatever. We can celebrate. Yeah. I'll bring balloons and cake, maybe. I don't know. It'll be kind of early for cake, but
you're funny.
But yeah, my birthday's on Easter Sunday. I don't love that. I know it's
okay.
It's totally fine. But like, you know, I mean, it's just not the same.
I don't celebrate holidays anyway, so I'm just going to celebrate your birthday that
day. Yeah, celebrate my birthday with me. So, celebrate, have your favorite dessert on Sunday and think of me, because that's when I was born. And it's a good day. But if not,
I'm fasting, but I'll hopefully be done by then.
You're so funny. If not, come join us next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Maybe get the right time, Krystal, this time. Yes. We're going to have fun. Maybe next Wednesday will just be a party, and we'll just talk about fun stuff. I mean, it doesn't always have to be serious.
Although, I'm always serious.
I'm not always serious at all.
I'm pretty much always serious. If I'm joking, it's like a solid 2 seconds, and then I'm like back to serious.
Random jokes in the middle of Jessica's really serious discussions, and I'm like, yeah, sorry guys, I'm totally inappropriate.
No, you're good.
90%.
Shut up. You're good.
It is all good.
All right. But, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in with us. If you don't follow us on social media, we post on Instagram mainly, right?
Mostly Instagram.
We don't really do Twitter.
No, not at all. It does filter over to Facebook, but mostly on Instagram. I try to post every day. I try to find something that makes me feel good, and if it makes me feel good, I share it for you so you can feel good too.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and we follow some really nice people too. So if you guys are on Instagram, go ahead and check us out. Our links are down below. Yes. So we love you. We'll see you next week.
Because it's always now. No.
Yeah.
But we love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.